Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here tonight with session number 16 of our Thunder Ridge campaign. This campaign takes place in a homebrew world of mine known as Caldera. It is a fantasy western setting. This is an ongoing campaign, and tonight's episode is titled Gunfight at the Kindersley Hotel. Because where we left off last time was a shootout. So we're going to be jumping straight back into combat whenever we do actually get things rolling. But before we do that, I'm going to give the same warning that I give on the beginning of all of my games, and that is, if mature subject matter and foul language are a problem for you, then this is not a great place for you to spend any time, realistically. But if those things don't bother you, then hi. Welcome. I'm going to pass things over to my players so that they can introduce themselves if they would like. I'll tell you what they might have going on, where you may be able to find them on the internet or not. And then I think we're going to get started. So we're going to start with Chadamus Prime.
Hey, howdy, hey, internets. How are you? My name is Chad. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about this session. I really don't. I am on the internet pretty much only here and on Mini Terrain Domain on Thursdays. So yeah, if you want to check us out over there on Kids on Bikes, that's wonderful. We will not, if I remember correctly, we will not be playing this Thursday, but no, we will not be playing this Thursday. When do we come back?
The following week. I think there's two sessions, and then we go on summer break.
And then we go on summer break. Okay, perfect. But otherwise, yes, I play Virgil Tombtalon, the Volturan warlock who's getting his ass kicked right now. Just straight up, absolutely. I hope I survive this. I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna be relying on you guys a lot tonight because I'm very I know I'm low on spells. I know I'm low on everything. Let's pray we make it out of here. If not, we'll have a eulogy at the end of this game.
If anybody's left alive to give it. Speaking of eulogies, next up is Nathan.
I'm Nathan, also known as Dimension 119. I'll be playing Dusty Reynolds tonight. Yeah, we're in a pretty tight spot. I'm excited to get back to it. But before I do any more character stuff, you can find me by searching Dimension 119. Most social places, doing a lot of physical media hauls on TikTok. That's kind of where my content's going right now. I was doing Two Beards and a Producer on YouTube, but we're kind of stepping away from that. So that's going to be, you can still watch our videos on there, but we won't be putting out any new content at all. Maybe. We're kind of unsure. We'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, give me some love on TikTok, Dimension 119. Check out my physical media hauls I'm doing, and maybe movie reviews at some point. We'll see. Other than that, you can find me on this channel as often as possible. Anytime I can get an invite by Jeremy or anybody that he's letting run games on his channel, I'm here. This is my happy place. This is where I have fun, and I try not to say no if I get invited. I am playing Dusty Reynolds, as I said, a coyote gunslinger who throws the tomahawk, and I can't wait to see if I'm the one that survives and gives a eulogy, because I think I am the only one in the basement currently, which means I might not be getting riddled with bullets at the moment.
I think you had somebody with you. Might have been lucky. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll have to find out. Because, well, yeah, it's hasn't been looking great so far. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Speaking of fine, next up is Todd.
Hi, I'm Todd. I'm playing Elias Stock, Alan Gunslinger, and that's pretty much it. I'm not on the socials for anything. Nothing to promote.
The longer I am on social media, the more I understand and think that you're probably much wiser than I am. Yeah, man, glad to have you as always. I think this is going to be a big night. Big night.
Big
Speaking
night
of
of all
much,
of us dying.
anything's possible. Speaking of much wiser than I, next up is Glenn.
Hey everybody, I'm Glenn. I'm playing Padre Marco, the Tabaxi Bard. Guest appearance by my previous character last episode, played by Jeremy this time from that one. Yeah, you could find me on socials. I don't know why you would, because basically I'm only ever on anything here playing as a content creator, much more a content consumer. So don't look for me. Instead, look for Jeremy on startplaying.com or AdTab or any number of places, because he wants to be found. I do not. Yeah, I also am. I have just enough spells basically to heal myself and maybe one of you for a little bit. But yeah, this will be a interesting one of those sessions where I kind of wish we would have got together and planned beforehand. We're gonna see what happens.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, well, y'all.
And
Y'all
we're
definitely,
back. People see the coast and they don't know how to act.
Y'all definitely did some planning last time. There was a lot of planning. I don't know that what happened was a part of the planning that you spent time doing, but there was time spent planning. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Have we ever actually done any of our plans to fruition, or have we done step one and then went sideways?
No, but in that regard, you are very, very, very truly a Dungeons and Dragons party, because that's usually how that goes. Spend some time hashing out a plan, lots of details, and then the first die roll happens, and it's anybody's game at that point. All right. Last but not least, speaking of anybody's game, the other Chad.
That's me. You know what they say, no good plan survives a punch in the face. So here we are. I am Chadamus Otheris, I guess. Other Chad around here. And I'm playing Lucky. So far I have been, but maybe tonight we find out if he's unlucky, lass. And we are in the middle of a lead storm. And it's looking pretty grim. I got some spell slots and a couple HPs. We'll see what we can pull together here. And just in case you haven't found AbTab, there's a thing, absolute tabletop. You can check them out. And then I think MTD was mentioned. That's a mini terrain domain, just in case it wasn't said in its fullest. We want to give this Jake his due. And other than that, check out anything else Jeremy's running. If you're lucky, you get Chad on the channel running something. I've seen that. And maybe there's some other guests around here that you might see again, So that's all. And let's roll some dice and stuff. Well, actually, let's not. Let's just RP it out and not have to roll anymore.
Let's just talk about this. Can we just Yeah, dude. Quite a bit going on the channel. I think not this month, or maybe later. I think at the very tail end of this month, my buddy Baron is kicking up a whatever a 4-part would be called, quadrilogy. I have no idea if that's correct or not.
Is that 16 episodes?
If I was running it, maybe. But no, Baron manages to land his planes on time. So it'll be a 4-parter.
Yeah, but not at the right destination, right?
maybe.
You can't land on time if it's like quantum physics. You can't know where you're going and how fast you're getting there.
I'm very excited. I get to play a barbarian for that one, but it's a weird twist on a barbarian. And it's takes place in Falkovnia, I think is how you say it. So it's like Ravenloft adjacent. So
Bless you.
Yeah.
exactly.
Sounds like somebody was from Ravenloft telling you to fuck off. Yeah, I'm from Fuckovia. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got super like gothic horror vibes, which is definitely like a setting that I really, really dig. So I'm very excited for that. And Baron always runs a really, really sweet game. So
Sure.
all right. Speaking of running sweet games, let's see if we can't do a little bit of that, huh? All right, here we go. We rejoin the group of you high in the sky at first, in the mountains, over the snow-covered forests that surround the town of Thunder Ridge. You can see logs floating from the town down towards Windy Peak, where they'll be milled and loaded onto train cars. But for the time being, we circle the town of Thunder Ridge, kind of nestled in the dead of winter here, so large banks of snow everywhere. And then we start to see that the mist that we kind of see congregated towards one end of town isn't just a random snow flurry or something like that. It's gun smoke. It's thick. It's got that bluish hue to it. And the smell permeates that end of town. The town where the hotel sits. The Kindersley Hotel. Or at least what was left of it. Because you can see patches of sky through the multitude of holes that the building's exterior and interior now sport. And the gunfire continues as we see Sheriff Oscar Bennett and his deputies poking up from behind random barrels, horse troughs, building corners, pieces of furniture, barrels overturned, wagons, firing shots occasionally. Anytime one of you gets near a window, an open door, or sometimes just through the building. Yeah, it's not looking great so far. It's not looking great. You just saw, or two of you just saw, Tiberius Wellington escape with Henry Tuttle with a familiar-looking chest, strongbox, through a hole in the floor that closed as Marco approached it and attempted to cast Fireball into it. Sadly, his spell was countered. But meanwhile, in the cellar of the hotel, Dusty and Lucky have found a different room that sports the work of Henry Tuttle. Yeah, a lot of very strange carvings. Stones have been kind of like partially placed. There's also a really bizarre object in the room. Yeah. Elsewhere, I'm pretty sure Virgil's blood, a large amount of it, is spilled on the stairs inside. But for the time being, at least, he's up and kicking. So, does everybody remember what hit points they were at and how many spells and ammunition and all that kind of stuff that they got? Good.
Did we get a long rest?
Unfortunately.
No.
No.
It may be surprising,
Okay, good.
but no.
Good.
No long rest.
Yeah, then I'm good. I guess I know where I'm at.
Well, I'm gonna take a dirt nap on these stairs. So
It's
does
very
that count
possible.
as my long rest.
Very
Well,
You
I
already
think-
did.
Sure.
I think
I
we have to
did.
look at the positives, right? The positives are, like I almost said,
Positives are-
Saul, Padre, Marco, and I believe Laz have already taken care of two of the bad guys.
Oh, great.
Right? We
There's an army out
eliminated
there.
2 bad guys for you, right? 2 of the big baddies too, by the way. I mean,
Mhm.
All I can say
temporarily,
is
temporarily,
you're
but we scared them off, right?
You're welcome.
So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
that's how I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
And so we're down now to the sheriff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saul is not part of all of this, right? Like we took care of that, or he left or something.
He left
Right.
before the sheriff even came downstairs. Yeah, he was the first one that came downstairs. No,
Right.
Nope,
And
I'm
he's not
sorry.
outside that we can see, right?
no, you don't
I
see
thought-
him currently.
I thought he was evaporated. And
Oh
he
yes.
he laughed along.
Yep.
the way.
You shot lightning
Yeah.
through him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He-
And
he
so,
definitely
so we really just have the
dissipated.
sheriff and the minions out there, right?
Just. Yep.
Just
Cut,
It's basically
cut
in
the head
hand.
off the snake. Yeah, cut the head off a snake, man. You'll be fine.
Basically,
seen these-
even number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of you have guns?
yes.
A shoddy.
The question is, can I stand up long enough to shoot it? That's the question.
No.
You can bounce up and down a lot if you can get.
Just give it to Elias to shoot.
I think we're gonna jump straight back into initiative. So
I don't remember what my initiative was, but
I remember it for you.
Thank you.
Actually, this piece of paper remembered it for all of us.
oh,
Yay.
well done, piece of paper. Unsung
love-
hero of
I
D&D.
love- paper.
Yes.
I do
The
so much with
analog.
paper still. It's my brain is wired that way. So
I love the analog prepping, though. That's so good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for that.
the only thing that's bad about it is having to erase and write and erase and write and erase and write in the
It's
same
okay.
little small
It's
box.
okay.
Eventually, it just wears a hole through the paper.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time reading all the script that Jeremy writes out for us.
Sticky note. Oh yeah, this is definitely a scripted show.
Scripted show.
100% scripted show.
Yeah,
We're
you should
just-
study your lines better.
We're all
Yeah,
classically
yeah.
trained.
Classically trained theater professionals. Hooray!
Speaking of professionals,
I'm a
First up.
professional. Mhm.
Lucky. What you gonna do?
As a professional actor, why you gotta do that? I have to try to see if there's anything in range of a shotgun cone for me to try to.
Shotgun has a cone of 60 foot.
Or we're still exploring.
We were
I
upstairs.
think you were in the
Yeah.
basement with,
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
in the
because I
heat
think
of it right
Elias
now.
is the one that went with Marco,
Oh, sorry, Elias and I,
I
took
think.
care of it. Sorry, Elias.
and I think
Didn't mean to
Lucky
give
is
you the-
with Dusty, or he was halfway between where
Yeah.
Dusty is in the basement and where Virgil
Yeah.
is, something like that.
Yeah. And then I
But-
started following Dusty down. So I'm gonna continue to follow Dusty down.
Okay.
See. Because he's all by himself. Everybody else got some friends. And see what this when I come in, what do I see? I know as a player what he already
So
saw.
you can roll an Arcana check for me.
Yes, I have dice, I think, somewhere. Kind of angle one. Altogether I have 17.
17. Okay. So, whenever you come downstairs, you find Dusty in this room, and there is a circle that is partially laid out of like stones that have strange like runic symbols carved into them. It's like the circle hasn't been completed, but it's like somebody's been laying pavers almost, so they're like partially buried in the ground. And it's definitely obvious that this person is establishing a circle, whoever is putting these in. It's very deliberate. But yeah, you're pretty sure after kind of like studying it for a moment that this is a teleportation circle that is being constructed. You're not really sure exactly how long, but like just from whatever book you found that mentioned this, that like it takes a year to finish one of these. But it's definitely been like somebody's been at this for months, like way longer than y'all have been in town.
And then was there something out of the ordinary as an object?
Yeah, there's another strange object in the room. It is a pocket watch, but it's like hovering in the air at about waist height.
I will keep it hovering as I attempt to grab it with Mage Hand.
Okay. Yeah, your mage hand grabs a hold of this pocket watch, and is able to, manipulate it through the air without a problem.
And then, Dust, what do you expect to find down here?
Well, I was hoping for a way out.
There will be one sometime, but it's not ready.
Yeah, how do you think we could finish this? Or are we gonna have to go up and save the rest of them?
Oh, we're gonna have to go up. I don't know if we're gonna save them, and we're definitely not gonna finish this anytime soon. So, yeah, I'm heading up, and I'll use the remainder of my movement to head back up and try to get into a position of cover and out of sight of any windows or doors or any newly made openings by the amount of gunfire that has gone through this building.
Okay. Yeah, you come back upstairs and there's, bullets flying through the siding of the house. Just, paneling that's splintering, wallpaper that's peeling off. Some oil lamp gets shattered. But you manage to kind of like duck down behind a cupboard, like a wooden cupboard that's, as you can tell, from the shattering inside, is full of like dishes. Definitely sounds like the breaking of ceramic as the bullets enter at least that far before they're stopped. Okay. Virgil, it's your turn.
Well, Jeremy, this little Skull of Uptune Kone allows me to cast the blink spell, and I would like to use that in this moment to try and blink myself out of existence so that I don't get hit by further bullets. That is my goal in this moment. As I am bleeding out and I realize I need to get out of the way. It gives me advantage on initiatives, which I didn't realize it gave me advantage on initiatives until later. But that being said, since I'm near the top
of long rest, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to utilize that right now.
All right, let me
in this moment
refresh my brain with what blink does here.
It says, I have it right up. I have it here, right? Now, granted, I don't know if it's changed.
Tell me a story.
Oh, wait. Do you want the 2024 rules or the 2014 rules?
What did you use to create your character?
Hold on. I'm just going to see if it says it doesn't specify. Like I don't have blink as a spell on my character sheet because this is a spell that's on the item. So
right. What spells rule set did you create your character with? Was it 2014?
Let me see.
I think we've been playing long enough that it was probably 2014.
Which one has a better description for the spell?
That's literally what I'm going to look at.
All right.
I think my settings were originally for 5e. The problem with I use D&D Beyond, I don't know if they changed.
So the only difference between the 2014 and 2024 is 2024 spells you roll a 1 through 1d6. In the 2014 you roll a d20.
Oh, okay, I
It's
see.
the only difference.
So
And
they just narrowed the.
on a so on a if we utilize the 2014 spell,
So either one
then
is fine with me. If you want to roll a
yeah,
d20
I
or
would
a
just have to.
d6,
Yep,
if
I
you
would just
get
have to roll
the higher
11 or
half,
higher. Yeah.
you vanish.
Yep.
So yeah, whichever die type you want to use, man.
Okay. Sounds good.
Ethereal
I
plane.
will
Split the
try
difference.
with
Use a
the
D12.
Use the
There you
D12.
go.
No, I'll use the D20.
No one ever
Ooh,
uses the
okay,
D12
okay,
except
yes.
for barbarians.
Yes. I got a 13. Hell yeah.
Okay. So, Virgil, you
Yep.
disappear from this plane of existence.
Yes, and I think thematically, as far as the ethereal plane that I drop into, it is the plane of the gallow tree. It is the
Definitely.
like the Grim Walkers kind of situation where he's seeing this, and then this allows me that opportunity to then use my movement to get down closer to either get upstairs and away or downstairs toward Dusty. I personally want to go downstairs toward Dusty because he is around like brick walls and such. So I will be heading down the stairs and away instead of upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, you turn and head downstairs, and again, everything looks different. Like the color is different. The saturation of like the blacks is all deeper. There's like this strange, like haunting howling of the wind that's now like whistling through the holes in this building. And you almost run into a set of woman's boots as you turn and move down the stairs and realize that there's a spirit, a body, hanging from the rafters here in the stairwell of this hotel. Who knows how long ago this event actually took place, but here in the spirit world, you get to see it front and center. But you manage to push them aside and move downstairs. Were you going all the way to this cellar? Or were you trying to head that direction?
Yeah, my goal was to head toward the cellar because I
Okay.
need cover. I need cover
Gotcha.
to do what I need to do. So yeah,
You
I
are
don't want to be out in the open anymore.
Yeah, you are basically at the top of the stairs down into the cellar. You can scoot across like the main floor of the hotel in one move.
Yeah, I imagine that you see nothing, but you see that you hear Dusty. You hear the door sort of creak open. The door to the cellar kind of creak open, and it just sort of like stays there because something is blocking the door from closing, and that's literally Virgil's body currently, ethereal but like slumped. Again, you can't see him currently because he's in the other plane, but like if his body still has something there, it's currently blocking the door from closing because he's
I think you hear like
dragging himself limply.
You hear like the top step like creak just after the door opened, and you feel kind of like that chill run up your spine, but you don't see anybody there, and it is your turn.
Well, if I hadn't spent so much time around Virgil, that might scare me a right bit. I think that Dusty, if you'll allow this, Jeremy, I think Dusty would like to use his keen smell ability, which essentially just gives me advantage on wisdom or perception checks that rely on smell. And I want to see if I can smell like I guess it might not be fresh air, but smell something wafting into this room that's not from like upstairs, potentially smelling another passage out.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. Like you said, pretty sure you have advantage on that.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna be 21 total.
Okay. You kind of start to sniff around, and at first, you're not smelling anything. Everything down here kind of smells the same, almost like a person like who has spent a lot of time down here. You smell like this one person's aroma, like overpoweringly. You smell hints of food, lamp oil being burned, what must be like reagents used in the ritual for making this teleportation circle. But kind of like trying to sift through those layers and sniff deeper, you end up realizing that you smell. You think you smell like cooled frozen meat. And it takes a little while, but then like kind of once you lock onto it, you realize that's definitely like the smell of like frozen like beef. And like as you like kind of follow this around the cellar, you come to a place that looks like it was bricked in. But now that you're kind of like looking at it and really paying attention, it looks like it might have been in like a doorway at some point that has since been like walled over.
Are there any tools or other implements down here?
I would imagine so. These stones have been like purposefully shaped to be put into place, so I would imagine there's probably like a rock chisel and like a pickaxe, stuff like that in here.
I want to grab one of those and start trying to break open this doorway essentially.
All right. My dexterity-based fighter, I need you to roll a strength check.
Yep.
Athletics, if you've got it, is more than okay. It's a stretch, but if you have proficiency in like miner's tools or whatever that would be called, stone mason's tools or whatever, then you can apply those.
I have proficiency in gambling. Does that help me at all?
It's close, but I'm gonna have to say no again.
With athletics, I'm gonna have a 10 total.
Okay. You pick up one of these pickaxes and you swing with everything that you've got, and it clangs against the stone, and sparks kind of like fly from the head of this pickaxe. And you've put a chip in it, definitely. But this is going to take a long time at this rate. All right. It is Sheriff Bennett's turn. The target of his ire has currently stepped away, so we will come back to what happens with that whenever Chad comes back. Elias, it is your turn.
So we were on the second floor.
Yes. Just outside of like the room office of Tiberius Wellington.
Okay. Was there still anyone up here, or they dropped to the floor below?
Yeah, well, they actually didn't drop to the floor below. I don't know if Marco explained exactly what he saw, but there were several circles that were drawn on the floor in this room. Several of them very hastily and had like strange markings, kind of like written around them in charcoal. And the one that you saw him sticking up out of, Wellington, he was about like chest deep in the floor. He dropped the chest that he was dragging across the floor through there, and then dropped his self. And Marco ran up and cast a spell into it, but the hole kind of irised and closed. So now there's nothing but floorboards there, with like this
Okay.
charcoal circle.
And there's basically gunshots going everywhere.
Yes, yeah, there are bullets flying all through this
Okay.
place.
I'm gonna crawl forward to the circles and investigate them to see if there's a way to reactivate them or um, just gain any kind of insight that I might be able to.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, roll an Arcana check for me, please.
12.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're kind of looking at it, and you can tell that it looks like there were several like attempts made in haste to kind of write this out. It doesn't look like they succeeded, and then this hole that you watch them disappear through, it looks like they must have gotten the runes drawn correctly or whatever, like sigils that they needed, and it definitely looks some type of teleportation style magic. But your guess is like how to activate it is
No clue.
yeah, like you probably have to have some kind of spells or magic to be able to do it, and you're pretty sure that it's beyond your capabilities.
Yep.
Somebody else in your party, maybe not, but definitely I think Elias, it would be above his pay grade.
All right. In that case, I'm going to slide over towards the window and see what I can see. And if there's anybody within shooting distance, I will take a shot and duck back behind the wall or the window or whatever after I take the shot.
Okay. Yeah. You'd kind of like peek up, kind of sitting on the ground underneath the window almost. I imagine you kind of like lean and look out, and you definitely see a number of targets that are kind of like running around, from one cover to the next, repositioning themselves. You can also see the long barrel of the rifle of Oscar Bennett, kind of way down the main street, up on top of another building, behind like a banister that looks like it's been shot up a little bit, but he's definitely still up there, kind of in a sniper's roost.
Cool. Then I'll take a shot at him.
Okay. He does have some cover, so that will go to his AC, but go ahead and roll your attacks.
Okay. So I have an ability, but we haven't really used grit. So when we first set up the gunslinger, it has two things that use grit, but we haven't really utilized that as a mechanic.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the gunslinger class. I know that it uses grit, but I don't know most of the like how it uses
There are a lot. I think grit is like the fighter's action dice. I can't remember which fighter it is that had action dice for a while.
Battlemaster.
Yeah, like the Battle Master. So it's one of the, but it's like grit points, right? Instead of spending a dice, you spend so many points and
Okay.
can do different, kind of like sorcery points too. I think it's like, is that what it is, Elias? Where it's like,
Yeah,
you
the
can spend
part
a
that I
grit
can't
point.
find though is how many grit points I actually have.
So
What level are you?
It's probably
Of
on your
Gunslinger?
table, I would imagine.
Yeah, level 6.
They're tied to your stats instead of your level. So it's your wisdom. 14 wisdom is 2 grit points. 16 wisdom is 3. 18 wisdom is 4. And a 20 wisdom is 5.
Okay, so I have 2 grit points.
Okay. It's
Okay.
equal to your
And you
modifier.
regain them. You regain them each time you roll a natural 20 on a firearm attack, when you land a killing blow with a firearm, and after a short or long rest.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Then I'm going to burn 1 grit point for Deadeye Shot. which gives me
Okay.
advantage on the
Nice.
attack rolls.
Hell yeah.
So do D20 and a D20. Wow. Two 17s. Okay, cool. So 17 plus 9.
I was gonna say, I think your bonus is
is
Probably hits.
26.
yeah, that definitely hits, even with his cover. So yeah, your bullet finds its mark.
Okay.
Or your first bullet, I should say, because I think you get
That
more than one shot.
is 12 points of damage.
12 points. He was injured already, but that is definitely a significant bit of additional damage.
Cool.
Yeah,
Second
your first bullet
round.
tags him right through the boot, where he's kind of like laid down, straight through the foot.
Nat 20.
Screen. Oh shit!
Ooh,
Okay,
and
so
you get a
your
grip point
back. Yeah, which is cool. Do you remember how I do criticals?
I get the full damage plus whatever it rolls.
Yes, plus your modifiers. So your total damage with modifiers and everything added in, and then you roll your die and add your modifiers a second time.
Okay, so 2d10 plus 4, so 24
Good God.
plus 17.
30, 41 points.
Yep.
Good God, man. He is still alive. But he is he is unhappy. Yeah, that definitely like hit his abdomen. And that's gonna leave a mark at the very least, if not potentially be fatal.
Cool.
But for the moment, he is definitely still in this gunfight. Okay, we skipped Sheriff Bennett, so we're gonna head back to him. He would have done this just before Elias so badly wounded him. And perhaps why he was so open to these shots, he had come out from behind his cover, still training his rifle towards Virgil. Virgil, you still see that you are kind of giving off this like faint purple glow. Even though that you are in this ethereal world. Oh, actually, I don't know that he would.
I think with Blink, you don't. They actually are plane shifted, right?
Yes, they are. Let me check something real quick. That's in a different book. Hold on. Where is my? I don't know where.
God gets those big old critties like crazy.
Hold, please. There is fuckery afoot. And I just have to make sure I get my fuckery facts straight.
Oh, fuckery.
And so, we go to war. Can't find my monster manual, my physical one. I have no idea where it currently is.
Yeah, so on Blink it says you can only affect or be affected by other creatures on the ethereal plane. Creatures that aren't there can't perceive you or interact with you unless they have the ability to do so.
That's what I'm checking on.
Which is really funny. That's like kind of true for anyone. When you're walking around normally, you may not be perceived by anybody who does not have the ability to perceive you.
There is a lot of 5th edition that is written like extremely purposefully vague. And it's sometimes kind of like, well, which is it? This or that? But
I imagine if they have true sight or something like that, that's probably like the only
yeah,
means of
it
being able to see through.
it should make sense eventually, but right now it probably won't. But I need to where is the explanation of this? There it is. Sorry. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
he can still see you,
Okay.
and he is still going to shoot at you.
Okay. Is there any way that I can take like is there any way that I get a bonus to cover? Is there anything that like
No.
okay. Okay.
No, papi.
And Jeremy is really trying to kill you.
Got
I'm
that predator
I'm-
vision.
I'm behind a brick wall next to a door.
I'm
So
pretty
unless
sure
it
he
came
saw
inside-
you
He did move.
before you even blinked.
I moved.
He saw you through everything. It was blasting
Yes.
at you.
Okay.
So we already had some kind of see you through the walls,
Yes.
Ah.
Again,
and it just happens to be see you through space and time on everything.
it will
too.
make sense because
Okay.
you'll either
Uh-huh.
have a revelation that explains it all,
Okay.
Or we'll explain it in post.
Yes,
Yeah.
or we'll all be dead and I'll just tell you what was going on.
Cool. I love it.
It's legitimate though.
Let's cause a murder. Mine specifically.
All right. What is your AC?
My AC currently, without any bonuses or anything like that,
Nope.
is only a 14, Captain. Remember,
Okay.
I'm a squishy little warlock. Like,
Mhm, mhm.
I did not build this character with
You were.
Should have
Densi-
sold your soul for some armor.
with density in mind. No, thank you.
You
Oh,
said
wait, hold up.
14?
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Just trying to make
okay.
sure if I had any. Yeah, I'm only a 14,
So-
Captain.
He rolled like caca, but he did manage to hit you with his first one. His second
Oh,
one
lovely.
somehow only came out to a 12. So
I'm going to remind you, Jeremy, I have 8 hit points. So,
well,
despite
you
what
had 8 hit points.
I had it, I know that a gun in this campaign, any gun, like the most base pop gun pistol, probably does at minimum 8 damage. So describe to me how I dropped to the ground through the wall.
I think they only do like 1d6 for a pistol, right?
Oh yeah, no, this is a long gun.
Oh, he ain't carrying a pistol.
Yeah, no,
though.
I
That's
know.
my
Yeah.
point.
Yep. Okay. So you take 20 points of piercing damage.
Instantly down.
Dusty, that creepy feeling that you got where the top of the stairs creaked and the door opened, all of a sudden there is a horrendous noise as a bullet tears through one side of the cellar, the stone cellar, and through the top of the stairs and door and into the other stone wall, and does not slow down, almost like these things were all made of paper. And when that happens, you turn around and kind of look, and you see this like little bloop of blood like start to just appear out of nowhere. And then from that spot, you watch as Virgil materializes, and you watch his eyes roll up in the back of his head, and he tumbles down the stairs and falls to the ground at the bottom of the stairs, unconscious. Probably dying. Woof. Okay. Elias just took his shot. Bennett smirking, happy with himself, and then gets promptly tagged twice by Elias, once pretty badly. Marco, it is your turn.
Okay. I am not in a damaging people mood, and I'm not currently getting shot at the moment, but I am in the room where they were at. So can I do a quick look around to see if they left anything behind, since they were kind of dipping in a hurry-ish? Hopefully they didn't.
Yeah, I would imagine so. There's probably like a key that your guess would be probably goes to this room. There's definitely no shortage of like nice clothes that are kind of like hanging up.
Looking more for like papers or anything like that, right? Like
Okay, yeah,
paperwork or information.
absolutely. Do me a an investigation roll. We'll see how juicy this gets.
That's not horrible. It's a +4 in there. So that's only a 12.
Okay. So I mean, there definitely are some papers around, but not as much as you might expect. It looks like maybe he didn't leave a lot of that kind of stuff either lying around or maybe in here, or he took it with him. You do see a few like notations and things like that on like pieces of what amount to like scrap paper lying around, and then there is a number of gold dragons and stuff that are around that did not get picked up ahead of time. So there's some like loose coin money.
I don't think I'll snag any of that stuff then. And there weren't very many other rooms upstairs, right? Or were there other?
Yeah, there's probably half a dozen rooms aside from this kind of like presidential suite or whatever it would be called.
Mm-hmm. We saw him go down, though. I don't think there's much for me to explore in those. I am going to then. Elias is shooting at people outside. I am going to let him know I'm going down, and I will head back towards the main level to get us sort of regrouped again on that. So
Okay.
I think that'll take all my movement is to go out, because it was 2 moves to get up there last time.
Yep. Okay, so you head back to the staircase where there's still a considerable amount of Virgil's blood kind of splattered everywhere. Kind of, note that on your way down. Okay. Everybody who is not in the cellar currently, I need you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh. $25.
15.
It's just the two of you, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Les.
Half of Virgil's not.
A fucking two. All right.
22. You got a 22.
Wait, 22. I thought you said a fucking two. Got it.
I mean,
Okay. So all of you passed, and
so you don't take half damage.
that means you take half of 15. So round in y'all's favor is 7 points of piercing damage. As once again, you hear fire, 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 and bullets start ripping through the building at a much more alarming rate. And several of you take damage from either dropping to the ground or splinters from wood that's flying everywhere, or grazes from bullets themselves. Okay. At the bottom of that round, we're back to the top with Lucky.
Ooh. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and see. Actually, you know what? I think all I can do. I have no sight or knowing of what happened to Virgil, right?
I mean, you heard the noise of that bullet tear through the wall.
And you can see my
And a
body
lot
now.
of that.
Yeah, you're in the cellar, aren't
But-
you?
Yeah, if you're in the
I
cellar,
came
then you
out.
see.
Oh,
I
okay.
came out. He went
Yeah.
in.
I mean,
and then he fell down, and
you probably
I was
heard
trying-
somebody falling down the stairs. I would imagine.
Where
at the
you
very
at,
least.
Dust? Where you at, Dusty?
I'm still down there.
So then I could go checking on you because there was a noise.
Yeah, I mean, we're all
Getting
talking and
on
stuff,
it.
or yelling and stuff too. He could have screamed, "Jesus, Virgil's dead!" For all we know. Again, Virgil's dead again. He's done a lot.
I've become the Kenny. I've become the Kenny of this group, and I'm okay with it.
That's what you get for living with one foot in the grave.
I think that I'm gonna go and investigate. But as
Back to the cellar?
Yes, but as I do, unbeknownst to me of what could have possibly be down there, I would take it upon myself to cure my own wounds, because
Fair.
you can't heal others if you were dead.
It's true. Gotta heal the healer.
Which will give me how much? 28 plus my modifier.
So you finished casting this this restorative magic on yourself as you like get to the top of the stairs and like look down, and you see like this growing pool of blood beneath Virgil at the bottom of the stairs. Okay, Virgil, I need you to roll a death save, please.
Well, that's a fail. That's a 9. So that's the first of a failure.
Yeah, it is in fact. It is in fact.
Okay.
All right. Indeed, that pool of blood does grow. Dusty, it is your turn. You can see Virgil is in a bad way.
Okay. I think. I think that Dusty is going to look to Lucky and just yell, we need to get this wall here open. Dynamite or anything you can do. As he's kind of running over to Virgil. And as a fighter, I don't have any healing spells. What I do have probably somewhere is dirty pieces of clothing or some dirty rags down here in this basement. I guess I'm just gonna try to stop the bleeding and try to stop Virgil from dying.
All right. So what I'm going to need is a medicine check from you, please. No, I don't think anybody bought any healing potions.
It's one of my skills.
I thought we did buy some.
I swear we did, or we made a plan to and didn't do it. Because I know that was like the number one thing. Like, all right, before we go into this firefight, we're gonna have stuff.
I'm pretty sure that we did.
We went to the general
I don't
store,
have any.
picked up things. We were like, yeah, we got dynamite. Yeah, we got this.
Two.
Yeah, we got that.
Or,
You can get one off of
Lucky's
me,
got two.
Dust.
So yeah.
So Lucky's
Yeah.
got 2, he says.
Yep.
You can have one from me.
Did we get inspiration at the beginning of each of these sessions?
We do. I believe.
No. Oh, do we?
No,
I don't
or
think
if
so.
you have if you have it. I mean, I know I still have mine apparently, but yeah.
I don't think it goes out, but I don't think you
Should have
get
used it
it
on that
each
death
time.
save then, buddy.
I know, but
know what?
cinematically it makes it
Save it
better
for the
when
next
I get
nat
that,
one.
When I get that nat one, I need it. Yeah.
Nat one into a nat one.
Well, I mean, I rolled a 4, which means I got a 3 total.
Nice. Nice.
So the medicine check's not gonna work. So yeah, healing potion is gonna have to be the way to go.
Okay. So it sounds like Lucky's offering one to you.
Yeah, you can take one off
So
my
you can
person.
grab it and administer it to Virgil if you would like.
Yeah, if I can get it, I will dump it down Virgil's gullet.
Okay. It is probably the regular variety, which is 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not just regular.
So go ahead and roll those 2d4 plus 2, Nathan. We'll figure out how how far away from death Virgil is.
2d4 plus 2, 6 total.
All right. Virgil. You found that you were still in the spirit world, but you were no longer in the basement. You were no longer in this cellar. You saw the looming branches of the gallows tree once more, felt the noose tightening around your neck, felt yourself being pulled, dragged to join them. And then all of a sudden, you open your eyes and, false alarm, you're still in hell. Bullets are tearing through this building, and Dusty is looking down at you with an empty glass vial in his hand.
I imagine you see, like, in that very imagery of like him getting choked and then dragged upward, you watch as like you're holding him and this like static shock of coming back to life happens. He's like clawing kind of around his neck. Okay. Oh, hell. And he looks around. Okay, we gotta go. Get the boys and let's get the hell out of here. We'll rally again somewhere else, but I can't do that again.
Elias,
Well,
what is your armor class? Sorry, go ahead.
well, Virgil, I can't quite let you leave just yet. You still
14.
owe me an arm.
Oh, you a hell of a lot more out of this.
Other Chad, I also don't know if you saw it in chat, but Dusty did yell at you about breaking this wall open that he was working on earlier. He did yell about dynamite, or if you had another way to break it open.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Elias, you apparently pissed off good Sheriff Bennett. He shoots right at you. Despite the cover that you had, which gave you a +2 bonus, his first one is going to hit you. He misses you with the second.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yes. Okay, he did. Because he has to do something. All right. So the first one hits you. And you're going to take 12 points of piercing damage. I'm sorry, 11 points of piercing damage. And when this bullet tags you, you realize that your body is giving off like a very faint purple glow. The second shot comes straight through the wall, but happens to be just off of you for maybe just a fraction of an inch. And like you watch as it passes you and goes through the floor, but not the way like one of your bullets goes through a floor where it's just like sheer power that's pushing it through. It's almost more like it kind of phases through the floor. It leaves behind a hole, but like not a normal bullet hole.
Gotcha.
Elias, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to shoot at him. I'm going to burn grit for this.
And you just got it back, so might as well.
Yeah. So, question for you: there's an additional thing that I can do. Called Violent Shot.
Okay.
Versus the loving shots he's been giving to date.
Yeah. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 or more grit points. For each grit point expended, the attack gains a +2 to the firearm's misfire score, which, whatever. And if the attack hits, you can roll 1 additional weapon damage dice per grit point spent. Now, do I have to call that in advance, or if I hit, I can?
I think it
say
says
that I'm
if
using
it
the grit?
hits, you can. Right? Isn't that what the first part of it says?
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
misfire dice though for the rifle?
No idea. We haven't been using it.
Yeah, I think that's something from the gunslinger being like in a fantasy class, in a fantasy
Yeah.
setting, where that makes a lot more sense, where like arquebuses were really like untrustworthy.
Faulty. Yep.
Yeah, and in this world, I don't know that makes as much sense, so I'm okay with kind of poo-pooing that, hand waving it.
Okay. So
but
call
it
it
sounds
first or
like-
wait until I hit and then I can.
Read the very
Call it.
first part of it for me again.
When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 or more grit points.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
For each
So,
grit
yeah.
point expended, the attack gains +2 to the firearms. This one, if the attack
Oh.
hits, you can roll 1 additional weapon
Okay.
damage.
So then, yes, because it gives you a bonus to the attack, I would say that you have to decide whether you're going to use it or not before you actually make the roll.
Okay. Then I'm
'Cause
not
it's
going to use
not
it
just
for that.
damage or whatever that you're piling it on.
Gotcha.
So you said you are going to go ahead and use that? You're using one or both? Because you have 2 grit points, right?
I have 2 grit points. I'm going to use 1 for Deadeye
One of
Shot.
them. Okay. Oh, to
Um,
give you advantage. And then use the
Yep.
second one for this violent
Yep.
shot? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Okay. Go for it.
Ah!
Did you get
Nat
another
20.
20? God damn
Yeah.
it, Todd. Big old critties. Nathan's got it covered.
This is why Elias is my gopher. He is my boy. That's my boy, Blue.
Holy shit.
Okay, so 24 plus.
What does the violent shot give you? Is it just +2 on damage, or is it
No, it's
extra die?
another roll of the D10.
Okay, so that's 3d10 plus 4 as your starting damage, plus 3d10 plus 4, whatever that nets you.
What weapon is the D10? Is that
The rifle.
I thought the rifle was 2d8.
2d10 plus 4.
Oh.
16
very
plus a D10. So 20. So 34 plus 20, 54 points.
Oh wow, 54. Okay. Elias, just as you have been marked by the outlaw turned sheriff known as Oscar Bennett, how do you finish his life?
I quickly pop up, fire. I think I probably saw his muzzle flash or caught a glimpse of if he's got a scope on it, which I don't. Do we have scopes that,
He absolutely has a scope on his rifle.
All right. So I catch the glint of the scope and fire back, and I get a lucky shot, and it just goes through the scope, tags him in the eye.
Absolutely. There's this moment where we kind of see Oscar Bennett lining up his next shot, and this thing, this straight from hell, this meteor that Elias hurls in his direction, just goes just almost like imperceptibly fast, and we just see the twitch of Bennett's mustache. Huh. And then he slumps forward.
Excellent.
Hell of a shot, man. 2 shots. 2 hells of a shot.
That was just one shot.
Well, last round, and then this round.
Yeah, last round you had one too, yeah.
But yeah, you have a second shot still.
Second shot still. Okay.
There are still plenty of deputies that are scattered around.
Cool. Then I'll take the easiest one.
Yeah, from your
17 to
vantage
hit.
point, there's a guy that's behind a horse trough, but with the height that you have from the second floor, it's not a problem at all.
Yep.
Would you say it was? Your hit?
17.
Oh yeah, that'll get him.
9 points.
Okay, that's a second one that's actually damaged. Okay, yeah, he cries out in pain as the bullet passes straight through his thigh. You can hear him, "God damn it!" And you hear somebody shouting, "Oscar's dead!" And seems to be kind of like shouts like that going back and forth. What are we gonna do? Are we still deputies? Marco, it's your turn.
Excellent. I was on the stairs, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Last we
Mhm.
talked. I assume it's like front door, up the steps, or behind the thing and down, right? It's kind of what we talked about.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, there's like a front
Okay.
desk that if you go around behind it, like the cellar access is back there. But yeah, the bottom of the stairs is 12 feet, 15 feet away from the front door.
Cool. I don't think I will have enough movement then.
Where are you headed?
I was going to see if I had enough movement to go to the door, toss some dynamite, and then jump down, but I don't. Instead, I'll go over and down towards the cellar. And I'll scream for Elias to come on because I think he's the only one. I'll have to pass Laz, right? He's the only one
Yes.
left upstairs. So, and I heard
I think he's
Dusty
downstairs now.
scream for dynamite or for whatever else. So I will come into the room. I assume Dusty's still in the room, and so just chucking dynamite at the wall probably isn't what I want to do at this time. So
That
instead,
might
I
end
will
badly.
play the good bard. I will go ahead and hand a stick of or 2 sticks of dynamite over to Dusty, which I may remove that from my inventory.
I mean, it's a pretty big basement. I'm sure fireball or dynamite wouldn't matter.
I think you're up before anybody else coming up, though, right?
I just
Is the basement,
went,
is the cellar
so-
big enough for us to chunk the dynamite at the wall, or are we thinking we want to be out of here when it goes off?
You probably don't want to be in an enclosed stone
Yeah.
room whenever you set off this dynamite. No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I will can we like leave enough fuse for us all to get out and have it go off on next round?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's what we'll do then. I'll set it up with enough fuse to go off on the next round, light it up,
Okay.
and on the way back by, Virgil still looks like shit, right?
Yes.
What are you sitting
Yeah.
at, Virg? Like 5?
I'm at 6 hit points right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Virgil's shoulders, look him dead in the eyes, be like, it's easier to bring you back than to heal you up, and then go ahead and cast Healing Word on myself. To bring me up, because I'm at 27, so it's I get more out of it than you do right now, because I'll just bring you
Damn.
back when the time comes.
The way you said that, I thought you were gonna stab him and kill him again and bring him back.
No, but I
That
got
was the
4, so
most-
that's 8.
I need
That was
to.
the most vicious cleric thing I've ever seen in my life. You're
I
like,
want to maximize my
it's-
healing, so I want to get
I'm
you
a
as
bard.
close
It's
to
not a cleric. I'm a
zero
bard.
as
I know the
possible.
reality of the situation.
that was the best. That was the best, Glenn. Oh my god, dude.
If I live twice, I can bring you back twice. I just had to get myself back to where I feel I can survive at least 1 hit.
Take a point of
Damn.
inspiration, Glenn.
Damn.
And
That's
Todd, take
amazing.
one for killing Bennett as well. Both of you deserve points of inspiration.
As I'm
Um,
talking to you, I'm healing myself. I feel
fucking
much better
incredible.
though.
Like with his hand on your
also-
shoulder, just staring you straight in the eyeballs. Healing
As I'm
myself.
bleeding out on the ground, like I could heal you, but you know
I will
what?
bring you back.
It
I will bring
sucks
you
to
back
be
if you
you.
die. Sucks to be.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent. Yes, Todd also got his 2 points of grit back.
Did I get
Worth
healing?
it.
Is that what you just said?
Healing?
No, I
it's
healed
close.
Virgil.
Oh, okay.
No, you're
You
still
got
upstairs.
inspiration,
Yeah, you
Inspiration.
got inspiration. There you go. Sadly, you can't trade that for healing. Okay, so that was Marco. You've lit the fuse. That means that at the start of your next turn, Marco, boom goes the dynamite.
Cool. And yeah, move to the door or out of the way. is
Probably
the
a good
last little
idea.
bit of that. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm standing over it, watching.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, everybody who is not in the basement, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I think is Elias and Lucky, right?
I think so. That should be correct.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Gee, what dice do you
God
have?
damn,
I'm gonna
dude.
buy your dice. Or are you using the
Fine.
D&D Beyond?
I'm using the D&D Beyond Black.
It's
Standard
just a
basic
D20
dice.
with 20s
love
on all
that.
sides.
They really want people to play to use their online game. They're like, come on,
man.
Well, considering that last game that we had, all my rolls using it sucked ass.
We're garbage. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, let me make it up to you, please.
Hey,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
make it up to
shift
you,
over to this
please.
thing. That's like a 19. What else do I got here? Come on, keep rolling.
I mean,
All
I
right.
could start using these.
Oh,
So,
well,
Elias-
those are pretty.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That like, what do they call it? Dichroic?
Yeah,
Glass?
dichroic glass.
Hell yeah, that's cool. Okay, so Elias, you passed. So you're going to take half of 19, so that's 9 points of piercing damage. As again, this hail of bullets just tears through what's left of this hotel. You're starting to wonder how parts of this hotel are even still standing at this point. And as it may happen in the next 6 seconds, it might not be. But you managed to avoid the worst of it.
Cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna pop a healing potion.
You'll have to wait your turn, but probably not a bad idea. Okay, so it also sounds like anybody who is in the basement will have disadvantage on this, but everybody can make me perception rolls based on hearing if they'd like.
Ooh.
$19 for Dusty.
That'll be an 18 for Virgil.
Wow. Oh yeah.
it'll be an 11 for Marco.
Okay. All right. Last got a 12. Elias, what you got?
Sorry, I was looking something up. Which one is this?
Perception, based on
Perception.
hearing, which I don't think Owl can get anything to.
Oh wait, did you say if we're in the basement we have disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay,
I got an 18.
Okay. What'd you say, Nathan?
18.
Take that 19 and throw it away. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Okay. So Virgil and Elias, both of you here, you can hear that the gathered deputies outside are arguing about what to do. Like, they seem like, without Bennett's guidance, they seem to kind of be lost as to like what might be the best course of action. It sounds like morale is starting to kind of break, and you hear somebody, I think they're probably dead. They ain't shot back in just a minute, so why don't you go in and find them? Hell no! You go in. I'm sure they're dead. I'm positive. Maybe we could just. Maybe we could. Well, what do we do? They seem very uncertain. Lucky, it's your turn.
Well, considering I took the full brunt of that damage, I think I have just as many, if not less, hit points than Virgil at this point. And so I'm going to have
Oh,
to
baby.
cure wounds myself again.
Oh, I forgot you were upstairs. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
took
yeah,
the
you
full
took
19.
all 19.
Yeah.
Woof.
So I think I will do that as. Actually, yeah, I will do that at its regular interval and just heal that up. So I'll heal 9 of the 19 back.
Okay.
And
And you can also hear coming from the basement the sound of.
it was already lit, right?
Yeah, yeah. That is definitely the sound of a lit fuse.
Yeah, catch me if you can. And I'm gonna run up the stairs.
You headed for the
using my full
upstairs?
movement. I'm gonna out of the basement area.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna get into some cover on the main floor.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you run back into like the restaurant portion, like dump a table over kind of thing.
And I want to be poised to watch the front door.
Okay, yeah. So the front door is basically kind of between the front desk and I don't know if anybody's familiar with Deadwood, but I'm very much picturing like the main
Yes.
lobby from the hotel in Deadwood, where it's like the counter just as you walk in the front door on the right. There's a staircase straight ahead of you, and the doorway that leads into the little dining room off to the left. So yeah, you book it across there, jump a table, let it slide down to the ground behind you, and duck behind it for cover with your eyes on the front door. Virgil, it's your turn.
Yep. Well, the fuse is lit, right? And we're down here in the basement. So
Definitely.
I gotta turn tail feather and get into some cover. So I'm gonna go behind. I'm gonna get out of the basement in terms of my movement. And then,
Okay, yeah, you can get out of the basement. In order to get to where Lucky is, you'll have to double your movement.
Okay. Is there any cover around that I can get to in this vicinity, or should I?
You can
guess-
try to make an athletics to like basically dive over the front counter
Okay.
to behind like the check-in.
To behind the bar space. Okay.
We're not in the blast radius of the dynamite and stuff, though. Like, you're fine where you're at from the dynamite is how I took that from the end of the last
Oh, interesting.
round, right, Jeremy? Because it's the start of my turn.
It is
So
the start
either
of
I'm
your turn.
taking my damage on it, which would be weird.
Yeah. How many
That's why I
sticks
was
did you use?
just used one on the wall.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking up the
Let's
rules.
say, should I feel the need to tuck and roll and leave, or
I don't think so, unless you
Yeah, the
just
thing
want
is-
to cinematically like
Be out of the room. Yeah.
do that.
No, okay. No, it's fine. If
Where
it's not
am
something that I feel will damage me to do that, then I'll just back up toward the back of the door. Then, like going up the
Okay.
stairs, and I'll
Mhm.
stay in the like in the basement, but at the back of the door, kind of just holding up until the explosion happens, and then that way I can run out whenever the gaping hole in the basement opens
Yeah,
up.
Dusty was the only one I think who had to get out because you were stuck in the door. I went back to heal you after I lit the fuse.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I went back to heal myself in your face after I lit the fuse.
Virgil was on the ground in front of Dusty in the
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're in the basement. That's what I was saying though, Jimmy. I thought we were in the basement, but not in the room that they were in. Because you died in the door to the room they were in. That
He
doesn't
died
matter.
at the top of the stairs and fell down the stairs into
Yeah.
the basement.
Yeah, he literally like entered the door into the cellar at the top of the stairs, and that's where he dropped, and then he tumbled down the stairs into the cellar.
Okay, yeah, I thought we were setting it up so we could get out. That's why I want to make sure I got out of the way.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there is an opening in the cellar that it sounds like Dusty is hoping is going to lead to an escape of some kind.
I'm just
Okay.
going to get myself some cover and wait. I don't have any line of sight on anyone at the moment, right? I imagine I don't. I'm just hearing.
No.
their conversations and their unease
Correct. Yep.
outside. Okay. Okay, yep. And as much as I have some cantrips, I don't feel the need to use them or give away my my space right now. So I'm good where I'm at. I'm just gonna take a breather and wait for the explosion.
Okay. Okay. Finally got it. Dynamite. As an action, a creature can light a stick of dynamite and throw it up to a point of 60 feet away, or set it down. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity 12 saving throw, taking 4d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A character can bind sticks of dynamite together so that they explode at the same time. Each additional stick increases the dynamite by a d6 to a maximum of 10d6, and the burst radius by 5 feet to a maximum of 20 feet. Dynamite can be rigged with a longer fuse to explode after a set amount of time, usually 1 to 6 rounds. So, yes. This is not a massive explosion because it's just a single stick of dynamite, but it is still a stick of dynamite in an enclosed building.
And on stone, which are intended
And
to
in
blow up
stone.
stone.
Yeah. Okay. So, Virgil has moved up and moved out of the way of the open door to the basement. Dusty, it is your turn.
Dusty is going to kind of watch everybody scrambling around to get out of here or take cover or whatever, and try to seem very calm as he pulls out his cigar and lights one up. And then just when there's an opening enough for him to also find cover, he is going to scaredy cat run to the closest cover or distance away that he can get to be safe. If that means going upstairs, I'll go upstairs. If that means hiding in a corner or hiding behind the stairs, I'll do that. Basically, anywhere he needs to go to get safe.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, you're pretty sure that like the explosion itself is not probably going to be most detrimental. It's probably going to be the concussive noise that would probably burst your eardrums. But heading up the stairs, you managed to put enough distance and a couple of layers of what's left of the hotel between you. Okay. That's Dusty. Elias. Upstairs in the presidential suite. What you doing?
I'm taking a healing potion. So I'm
Excellent.
gonna do that. That
So it'll be
was
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, you're freaking kidding me.
Oh no. the dice gods turned fickle.
Snake eyes.
Yeah. So 4
Yeah.
4 points. You open it up, start knocking it back. You're pretty sure this is mostly whiskey.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a little bit of a healing quality to it, but you're kind of questioning how strong they made this. Okay. Any movement that you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna bonus action for 1d10 plus 6 hit point restore.
Great idea. One of the fighter's best features, in my opinion.
So that's another 11 back. Cool. All right. How far away did you say Bennett's roost was?
Down the street, so probably 150 yards, give or take.
Okay. So I'm not going to get there.
No, probably not. Not one move.
I think Where, if I think back to the conversation with the previous sheriff, what was she doing at this time?
You have her on the errand of trying to collect more dynamite for you.
Gotcha.
While you don't blow up her town. But, you know,
Technically,
best
it's
laid
not
plans.
her town at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm trying to decide, do I yell out the window at the former deputies and tell them they're not deputies anymore and they should stand down? Or do I just withdraw and not do any shots until the dynamite has gone off?
Choice is yours.
I'm gonna withdraw and I'm gonna kind of take up a position out of the way of everything and focus on the door since they're talking about coming in.
Okay. So you head to kind of the upper floor area that kind of looks down over the main entryway. So you can kind of like see the staircase in the entirety, like coming down and then turning 90 and coming down the rest of the way. You can see Virgil kind of like standing over near the entrance to the cellar, as well as Dusty and Marco. I believe they're all over there. And you can see Lucky kind of like behind a table in the restaurant area.
Cool. And I will hold my action.
Okay. All right. That was Elias's turn. We cut to see the fuse disappear into the stick of dynamite. There's just enough of a pause where nothing happens, where all of you kind of look at each other like, is that it? Like, what? Maybe it was a dud. And then, kaboom! There's this explosion. We see dust and like bits of stone get thrown out of the opening of the cellar, kind of into the opposite wall at the opening of the cellar. A portion of the floor, the first floor, literally just like collapses under this concussive force. There's now, you can see sky and like snow that starts to gently drift down through that opening. You can hear people outside shouting, "What the hell?" And it has definitely sowed some confusion. There's no small amount of smoke that is now kind of like billowing up out of the cellar, but the dynamite has gone off, and we'll have to figure out what's on the other side of that wall.
Okay.
But yes, you're not wrong, Chad, because that's where we're going to take our break.
Excellent.
10-minute bio, go to the bathroom, refill your drinks, smoke them if you got them, kiss your spouse, etc., etc. And then when we come back, we'll finish the second part of session number 16 of Thunder Ridge.
We're not out of Dodge yet.
Not yet.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the break. This is the second part of session number 16, Thunder Ridge, called Gunfight at the Kindersley Hotel. So, our posse has just detonated a stick of dynamite in the basement of said hotel. The smoke and rubble from that are clearing. The deputies outside, without the guidance of their sheriff, seem to be a little discombobulated. So, we are heading back into initiative order, where we are just after boom goes the dynamite, and it is Marco's turn.
Excellent. So can I see? I imagine it's too smoky for me to see where I'm at, so I'll have to venture in to see what happened to the wall. So that is what I will do.
All right. You kind of make your way down the steps, kind of like fanning the air kind of right in front of your face to try to avoid from breathing the most of this as you possibly can. Once you get down to the bottom, you can see that already the smoke has started to kind of like gather at the ceiling, and you can kind of peer through a thinner version of it, kind of closer to the floor, and you can see that there is collapsed stone and mortar broken into pieces on the floor in front of where you had placed the dynamite. And you can see, you think, some of the smoke being pulled through an opening in the wall.
Okay. Do I have the movement to get up to that opening?
I would think so. Yeah. You were just at the top of the stairs. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you move over to it, kind of peer through. You can see there is definitely smoke that is kind of like pulling through, being pulled through this opening. And looking inside, it's another cellar. And you see a lot of like hanging sides of beef and like crates and barrels. You think this might be the cellar of the general store.
Okay. Well, that gets us more dynamite stuff, I guess then. So I will shout back the going. Yeah, basically I think Dusty or somebody's right there at the door with us, right? Or not too far from us. I'll let them know
Dusty
I'm
and
going
Virgil
in.
are both at the top of the stairs.
Yep. All right, it seems like it goes to the. Anyways, come on, and then go back in through the hole for the rest of my movement.
All right. That was Marco. It is the deputies outside turn. They are definitely confused as to what to do, but that stick of dynamite certainly told them that perhaps you aren't as dead as they thought that you were. So, I need everybody that is not in the basement to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
$23.
20 from Elias. 17 from Laz. All right. Virgil, what you got?
Oh, I forgot.
Conveniently.
Conveniently forgot that I moved, huh? Let's see. You said a
Dexterity save?
saving
No,
throw?
thank you. I'm fine without one.
Okay. That's actually 15.
Okay, so all of you passed. So full damage this time around was only 8. The bullets, though they do fly, do not seem anywhere near as intent, voluminous. So half damage from that for all of you would be 4 points. You can hear the shouting kind of continue, especially in light of this explosion that just kind of happened. you can definitely tell that they're breaking. Like, they seem to be deciding that they've had enough. And they seem to be disembarking. Okay. Lucky, it is your turn. You're muted. It looked like you were just doing very interesting breathing exercises.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you could read lips or not.
I failed.
Oh, I'll have to get you. So I would like to see, is there anyone in this opening, in this doorway?
You're heading downstairs?
Well, I want to look at the doorway before I head downstairs.
Oh, you're talking about the front door. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Got it. You can see people like darting across, like across the street kind of thing. So you can see like people kind of moving, but it doesn't look like anybody's approaching the front door.
And besides the blast, have I heard anything from any of them about what they...
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it sounds like they're breaking. It sounds like they're done. They don't seem intent to mess with somebody who's willing to set off dynamite in the middle of town. And
did any of
again,
my friends say what they think they saw? Did any of the other guys say what they think they saw when they went off?
In the basement?
Yeah.
Marco
And
called
how-
out and said, oh, there's something. Come this way.
I am gonna do a foolish thing and hold my action and wait right here.
Okay, understood.
But I'm going to tell them beforehand, as hopefully a free action, is to give an item to someone else to try to get a healing potion over to Virgil.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can kind of like move close enough to where you can kind of like underhand pitch it to him.
All right.
Virgil, the camera literally follows the healing potion through the air to your talon.
I
And it's your
catch
turn.
it, and then I assume as a bonus action. Is it a bonus action?
Yes,
to
quaffing potions
take
is a bonus.
Quaffing potion. Okay. I will take that, and I will see what I get here. Okay. Good sign. Oh, very good sign. Okay, cool. So that is the full amount of that healing potion. So I'll take a full 10. Then.
Obviously was not made by the same distillery that brewed Elias's.
No. Yeah. So it just to clarify, it's a regular healing potion. So is that 2d4 plus 2 or 2d4
Yes.
plus 4? Okay.
Yeah, regular
It
is
is 10.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Then that is 10.
Excellent.
So God help me, I needed it because I was down to 2 hit points. And then I am going to, as soon as I know that blast went off, I am not going to mess around with trying to hit these dudes for any more damage. I am going to take my movement and hustle through the cellar to get through that opening.
Okay.
As soon as
Yeah,
possible.
you managed to move down the stairs into the basement again, kind of like fanning the smoke out of your face as best you can. You get down just in time to basically see Marco. Do you have a tail, Marco? That might be a rude question. I don't know.
Are you more of a bobcat? Yeah, are you more of a bobcat?
I have a bobcat tabaxi though, yeah. So it's probably a nub.
Yeah.
Still a tail.
Yeah.
So you see the tail end of Marco at least kind of duck
He's
through
like a
this
lynx
opening,
level. Yeah, okay.
where you can see some of the smoke is being kind of like drawn through what looks like a collapsed portion of the wall.
Yeah, so I definitely think that I'd be thanking Laz telepathically, so that as not to draw attention to my to where I'm at, but then immediately vault over my hiding spot and then hustle through that hole to get to cover and space.
Okay. So no action, but I guess dashing as your action?
Like I'm gonna dash because I want to
Okay.
get through into
Got
the
it.
general store away from this from the damage.
Absolutely. Okay, so you bound down the stairs through the opening that Marco just kind of passed through, and you find yourself again in the cellar under what you're guessing is the general store, just based on the sheer amount of like supplies and food that are down here, including entire sides of beef that are frozen. Okay. Dusty, it is your turn.
I am gonna make like a coyote and get out of here as well.
Also using the dash action?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Right on the heels of Virgil, you are down and out. Elias, you are on the second story, but in the main room, kind of in the rail that kind of looks out down over the rest of the entryway of the hotel.
Yep.
What you want to do?
And it seems like they're withdrawing.
Yeah. From
Okay.
the shouts that are coming from outside and like the pace that people are kind of like moving back and forth, it definitely seems like they are splitting.
Then I'm going to head to the basement.
All right. Is everybody? Elias is a little bit bringing up the rear, but the deputies are officially finished with this fight. There's a few stray bullets that still kind of like zip through half-heartedly, more probably covering someone's escape than actually trying to hit anybody. But for the moment, the little area that houses the Kindersley Hotel grows quiet, and the general store is silent as you make your way through the cellar. The five of you finally kind of backed together for the moment, and after the exchange that you just had, maybe probably reloading firearms. Do any of you have firearms other than Elias? Yeah. Okay, cool. So probably reloading firearms. What are you doing? What comes next?
Think it would blow a hole in the wall for nothing. So, do we burn down the hotel?
I think you were muted, Chad, again, or your mic gated you something.
You're still muted, Chad. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything from you.
Don't say anything if you want to.
Yeah, see, now your mic shows as muted, but it wasn't just a second ago, but I still couldn't hear anything from you.
Yeah, you show muted still, yeah.
He does now, yep. Using a held action to heal. Okay.
Got it.
Any luck?
Yep.
Now we got you. And you're
All right,
back.
cool.
Well, what did y'all see upstairs, if anything, before shit hit the roof?
Well, the other two teleported away. I tried to fireball them, but it did not work.
The two? Are we talking about the two I
Yes.
think we're talking about?
I think you are. It would be the that was Wellington, the cousin Wellington, right? And who was the other one?
Tiberius and the magician fella.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Tiberius Wellington and Henry Tuttle.
Well, shit. I do believe. Well, I do believe all of our targets must have gotten away then.
I assume Elias told us the sheriff is dead, right?
Yeah, I would have.
Well, I guess not all of our targets got away, but we're gonna have to get out of here and come up with another plan to get the other two.
So, back to my question, do we burn down the hotel? Right now, 10 deputies left saying, we're not in this fight. They let off dynamite, blah, 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 but no one's seen us since. Bodies go away.
I don't know if you saw what I saw down there, but someone's transcribing a transportation circle. And we might want to wait and find out where that goes.
Do you think the dynamite messed it up?
I hope not. Let me take a look.
No. It might have like thrown some debris across it, but no, the stones that were set are all intact.
Well, considering, listen, we should discuss this here for too long, but considering who was putting together that transportation circle, is it wise to leave them to finish it, or should we finish it off?
Well, how else are we going to get where they're going? Or see who's finishing it. They're going to come back and try. Unless we burn the place down, then they have no reason to, maybe. I am still holding it with Mage Hand.
Your Mage Hand still has the watch? Okay.
Yeah.
If that changes for some reason, let me know.
Will do, my friend.
Well, if we're going to leave it and no one else has any thoughts about not leaving it, then I say we leave it and get out of here. Get out of Dodge, so to speak.
They can't do anything with it right now or anytime soon anyways.
Suspect we should exit the general store. Should probably tell our sheriff friend to retrieve her star.
Get out of here while before the smoke clears, and then they can think, if they want, that we're dead. They don't have to know that was us. They don't have to know what happened. They just saw an explosion happen, and they're running away, so they can think that we're dead if they want to. But we have to think about what our next steps are going to be after that. But I definitely know we can't go in guns blazing like we have been. At least, not if they got this much firepower around them.
Well, they also have that much less.
And it's worked so far, to be fair.
We didn't go in guns blazing.
Sort of ended up that way.
Yeah.
I need
I
to
do
go
recall.
investigate his body.
I bet you do. You mean what he was like carrying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Lightning magnifier.
So it sounds like the plan is to head upstairs into the general store, and then if the coast is clear, head out of town. Back to hideout, or
I think we're gonna go get the sheriff's body, right? That was what Elias was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. By way of
That-
Oscar Bennett. But where is the destination after gathering his loot?
I think
meet back up with the former sheriff, right?
Okay.
So,
Back out to her place.
yeah. Give her a
Okay.
badge.
All right. Okay, you wait for a few moments before you see the last of the deputies out on the street kind of vanish, and no movement. Town's quiet. Eventually, you feel like the coast is clear enough that you duck out before the townsfolk start to kind of emerge and figure out what all must have happened here. You swim? Nope. Let's try fly. You can fly up to where Oscar was kind of roosted and rifle his stuff.
Yep.
He has enough like loose coin, paper money, jewelry to be worth wow 140 gold pieces worth. So apparently he was carrying quite a bit of walking cash around with him. But the object of desire that caught your eye, I would imagine, is his gun. In particular, his gun is a very well made long rifle. As a matter of fact, why don't I utilize the fucking roll tables that I made? Todd,
Yes.
roll me a d6, please.
A 4.
A 4, and then a second d6, please.
A 1.
A 1. So the make and model of his rifle is a Drake scale reclaimer. It's a very well made rifle, but it actually isn't the rifle that seems to draw your attention. It is actually the rifle's scope. This brass rifle scope has an emblem of a scorpion etched into both sides. Beneath the adjustment knob, halfway along the length of this scope, a pure black orb is set directly in the line of sight of this device. However, when looking through it, not only does this fail to impede the shooter's sight, but potential targets appear to glow briefly with a slight purple illumination. This item is known as the Scope of the Scorpion. We're not messing with identify in this campaign, so I will just go ahead and tell you what this does. The black orb of this scope was once the lone eye of a notorious revenant known only as the Sting of Death. This scope may be affixed to any rifle during a short rest, granting that weapon a +1 to its attack and damage rolls. If this item is attuned to, it grants the wielder a special Mark of the Scorpion bonus action. If an attack from the weapon bearing this scope hits a creature, the wielder may use a bonus action to mark that target. Once a target is marked, they cannot benefit from cover against this weapon, including full cover.
Nice.
It is literally the eye of a revenant, and Chad, revenants can find you regardless of the plane that you are on.
That's
is
right.
why-
So it's basically like a true sight.
Yeah.
Visibility. That's great. Okay, that makes a ton
You have to be hit
of-
first, but yes. Once you're hit,
Understood. So he hit me the first time, and then that was allowed.
and he
to be
marked
able to
you with
mark
his
me for-
You
Got it.
bore the mark of the scorpion.
Got it. Okay, excellent.
Cool.
Super cool.
So, like I said, it seemed unfair and really mean, but it made sense.
It totally does now. Like, that's great.
Okay.
I love when it
Good.
when an item mechanically can kick my ass.
Good. All right. So, a little present for Elias. I imagine Elias might be affixing that scope to his own rifle at some point.
Yeah, because I'm assuming his rifle wasn't necessarily an upgrade. It's the scope itself that.
Your gun's already magical, right?
Yep.
Then definitely not. Yeah, his is a mundane rifle. It's a nicely made rifle, but it is a mundane rifle.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So once Elias has collected his booty,
Did he get the star? Did you get the star off his chest?
you absolutely can. Yep. He's not going to say anything about it.
I tell you to go back, get the star.
Yeah, I'll definitely take the star. Now the question is, do we want to toss him off the roof and ride out of town with him with his body?
Drag behind our horses.
Put him in next to the explosion. Look, he blew up.
With a bullet through his face.
While he does that, if I have enough time, I would like to ritually cast Identify on the watch.
Okay. Interesting. Let me see.
I assume we're behind wherever the sheriff was at now and out of the main build.
Yes, yeah. I would say that you're
Yards
probably
away.
leaving the town proper. Because again, the sheriff, the previous sheriff lives outside of town. Kind of just on the outskirts. A little ways away. Identify. Ooh, okay. Roll me a spellcasting check. So whatever your spellcasting ability is, you can use that as your basis. Kind of like whatever your spell
Caster. I
attack
would
modifier
use-
would be.
Oh, okay. Then 13 total.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. 16.
Okay. So you can tell that there is definitely something powerful about this device. This is a pocket watch, but like a lot of the objects in the Caldera, there's more than meets the eye with this thing. You're not entirely certain what it's capable of, but it definitely strikes you as being powerful. For Identify, do you have to touch it? Or is this all done with your mage hand?
So then,
Oh, internets. You can do it.
it is a touch range.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just got it.
Do me a
I
favor.
must touch it throughout the casting.
Okay. Throughout the casting. How long does it take to cast?
Oh, well, I did it as a ritual, so 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Cool. All right. So you grab a hold of this thing and begin identifying it. It seems to go by a little fast for you. Like you almost get like an instantaneous like feeling whenever you touch this thing for what it's going to do. The rest of you, Laz goes comatose for like 10 minutes. Just holding this watch, just staring at it. And you watch as around him, time seems to like fast forward. Laz, roll me a d12. One more time.
4.
4. Okay. For you, in the blink of an eye, 4 months has gone by. So
Hey, you got a
everybody
long
else,
rest.
again, it's 10 minutes. Like, you see him acting this way. And again, for you, it seems like nothing happens. Like, it's just gone. But the effect on your body and on your mind is that 4 months of time has just evaporated.
In any time of that 4 months, did any of it count as rest?
No, I would say not.
All right. And for his species, I would imagine that that's even longer.
It could be.
So
Yeah, I don't
it's
imagine.
like a whole year has passed by for you.
Rabbit folk, Heron gone. I don't think they have a very long lifespan. I don't know. But during the 10 minutes of that, as Lucky is kind of like comatose with this watch, are y'all saying or doing anything about it?
I mean, he's ritual casting, so I kind of figure he's in his zone.
That's fair enough. A fair assumption.
I think as we're getting ready to leave, I look down. Question for you. We were leaving out of town.
Mhm.
I guess, Chad, I need to ask, is Laz still in the basement
No.
doing this ritual? Okay.
No, I
Is
think
this
we have
back when
horses.
Yeah.
So, it'd probably
So are
be-
you, my question is, are you on a horse? Are you on a horse when you're ritually casting this? I guess.
He froze with an incredibly pensive look on his face. Brilliant.
Like,
I would imagine he probably is, yeah. Somebody else is probably
Okay.
holding the reins of his horse and leading, from behind
Yeah,
or from in
okay.
front of. But yeah,
I'm
it's
just
just a part of that.
using Mage Hand
Yeah.
to be riding and be doing other things and stuff. like
gotcha.
that, so-
Okay. So I imagine at some point, though, through this whole process, Virgil looks over at you. Look, I understand the cellar blew, but are you okay, son? You got after effects of the aftershock? You doing all right?
Of course. What do you mean? I'm fine.
Oh, you've been gone for a minute.
No, I'm right here.
I know that, but you had a 1,000-yard stare for at least the last 10 minutes. You all right?
Are you sure it's not you, Virgil? Because like last time I saw you, you were dead.
Well, I mean, that's true. Maybe I am having a bit of a shell shock earlier. It's all right, but I wanted to check on you, make sure you okay.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just trying to figure out what time this watch is set. Well,
Okay. Well, if you feel like you want to talk about whatever that is, I'll gladly be able to listen. Thank you very much for that. That potion, by the way, I think you literally saved the feathers off my tail. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just please next time, boys. Let's get to someplace safe, and let's hope that we can bunker down for longer than a day. I'd like to not have to have bullets flying in my beak every 24 hours.
yeah, you owe me 2 healing potions, by
I
the way.
know I owe you more than healing potions at this point, Laz, and I will absolutely repay back that kindness. Do
That's
not
all right.
All right. Eventually, you find what you're looking for. You come riding up on the homestead of the previous sheriff, Cyril Donastasia. You find her out back cutting firewood. She kind of stops as she hears the horses approaching. Comes around, kind of like mopping her forehead with like a bandana. Back so soon? Wouldn't have anything to do with that explosion that I heard, would it?
No,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have anything to do with that.
She kind of
Well,
like
I didn't.
cocks an eyebrow at the lot of you. Is that why you're covered in soot, bleeding?
Oh, we had a shootout.
Which had nothing to do with that explosion that I heard.
I had nothing to do with that. No.
Virgil is weak as shit, and he literally looks like death at this point. He goes, Elias, show him.
All right. Reach into my vest and pull out the star and flick it over to her.
She catches it.
Congratulations, ma'am. You are now officially the new sheriff, as far as we're concerned.
Do I want to know exactly what happened?
No, ma'am, you do not. And it'd
How
be
much
better for
of-
you if you don't know.
How much of Thunder Ridge is still standing? The sheriff
Oh,
over.
Yeah,
The majority of it.
Story of it.
only one building ended up being
Oh,
Damaged.
somewhat damaged.
They started it.
Destroyed. To be fair, it'll take longer to fix the bullet holes.
well. I am in your debt for returning this to me. Thunder Ridge means a lot to me, and I have been worried about its future in the last few days, weeks. I don't know that this is going to solve everything, but I'm sure will make it a lot easier to work towards that as a goal. So, I thank you for whatever it is that you did or didn't do to bring this about. Turns out, maybe I could use a few deputies. Any of y'all in the interest of becoming law?
I am a reclaimer.
All right, then. You're already halfway there.
I wouldn't say no. But we do still have some business to attend to that might not align with that right away.
What Elias is trying to say is to complete our goals, we won't be abiding with too much of the law, unfortunately.
Well, I suppose it would take some time to organize a swearing in. Well, all right. We'll have to reconvene for another time whenever it works better for your schedules. But if you do decide that it's something you are interested in, then, well, I'd be glad to have you. Kind of like takes the star and pins it back to her shirt. Not a bad day.
I think
They
Virgil
have
would,
different thoughts.
yeah, I think Virgil would definitely like nod in her direction. And I'm this is out above table because I want to ask the group their thoughts. Do we or do we not tell her to get aid in the oncoming onslaught? Because most likely the Wellingtons are going to take that platinum to go put their bid in on that claim.
Well,
They're missing a chunk of it.
they're
Yeah.
missing a chunk of it, and um, when I saw them teleport out, it was like to another room somewhere, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was
So-
definitely like a fully furnished like room.
It's still
Right.
it's still in the vicinity.
Well, I've got the
Maybe.
I've got more I got more the inclination that it was another town,
Oh, okay. That's actually a good point. Okay.
not something that's not like not any of the places we've seen around here.
Okay. Okay.
So to me, that's probably back to where the closest train station offices are, or to his home office if he went way far back. But
Gotcha. Okay.
because I mean, I can do an Arcana check maybe, but I think teleport has a hell of a long range.
I think 500 and some feet. Yeah.
No.
If not more.
Teleport's a lot more than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like if you know the space, you can go like across.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true.
You
You can,
like
but it's
huge
a risk
sections.
it's a risk reward thing, right? Because like you have to roll
Mhm.
a die, and depending on where you roll,
You might end up short.
you might end up short of the destination you're wanting. Right. Right. Right.
The destination
Yeah,
you
your
choose
mishap
must be
rolls, yeah.
known to you, and it must be on the same plane of existence to you.
That's it.
So that's
And then familiar.
the only requirements. And then yes, there's a possibility of failure.
But we're assuming. I mean, I would assume they would go someplace familiar.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you have every reason to assume that it was someplace that they had set up ahead of time.
Very low threshold for happening.
Padre, why don't you describe what you saw to
Oh yeah, I give
Sheriff
him.
here, and maybe she will recognize if what town it might be in. You know, just
Oh.
saying if it's in the one she told us was okay to blow up.
Yeah, I will totally recount the details that I saw as best I can.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, give
Hey,
me.
girl, is this okay if we explode this build? Like if we explode this town, but not this one? Just checking.
she already said
She-
it was fine. She gave us a hall pass.
Well,
She gave
okay.
us
blow up the one town.
Just like
I
you're
don't
not
know if she said
deputies.
it's fine. She just said if you're going to blow one up,
Don't
I'd
blow
rather
up
it not
Thunder
be
Ridge.
my town.
Speaking
Blow
of
up
which, did you
some
get
other
that dynamite?
sheriff's town.
She has more dynamite for you.
Nice.
Okay, so let's do a. How much do you recall? What would be a good?
I don't know. Is it wisdom?
Probably wisdom based. Maybe insight even.
Insight? Yeah, let's see what my insight is. It's not great.
Imagine
I
it's
don't
probably pretty
think.
good for Marco.
It's bards. It's +3. It's not too bad.
That's
Insight.
not bad.
I'm a bard. Nothing's bad. Hell, my survival's +1. That's a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you paint like a vividly poetic like description of the room that you saw for 2 seconds. You know, including probably some of the make of the furniture and stuff in the room. She kind of like puts her hand like up to her chin as if she's trying to like recall. Now that you mention it, that does sound kind of familiar. Where did I see that piece? You know, I'm pretty sure that sounds like Windy Peak. Railroad's got an office building there at the end of the rails. I bet you Wellington's holed up there. I don't know how long he'll stay there, but that sounds like where he must have gone.
Now, how far is Windy Peak from here?
And this snow, I'd probably take you 3 days ride.
Well, gents, what do we think of resting in the saddle?
Well, we could probably rest
I got
back
an
at the
appointment
Box
with the
Canyon,
railroad.
right? Box Canyon should be on the way, I would think.
Y'all are hiding out in Cold Box Canyon?
We destroyed some, or we
Desecrated a sacred site. I don't know what you would call it.
well, there's some horrible rattlesnake monster out there, or was. We killed that thing, so
You killed the dragon of Cold Box Canyon.
yeah, we did.
Dusty kind of leans back in the saddle. Yes, I did.
You just casually left that out of your...
Well, at the time when we came to see you, darling, it didn't seem like valuable information that you wanted to know, okay? So I'm just saying...
She gets real close to Virgil. Let's get something straight. I ain't
Yeah,
your
man.
darling.
Yeah, all right.
I ain't ever gonna be your darling.
Okay. Fair enough.
You'd probably sooner be her darling.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shut my beak now. And all you need to know is, yes, we did that.
Well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
I underestimated a lot of you.
Yeah, we're not a whole bunch of total fuck-ups like you thought we were.
Well, the way you were leaving feathers all over crime scenes, I had
Yeah,
you fit for
look,
fools.
I understand. Yes. Listen, I understand out of all of these, even though I am usually the leader of this here menagerie, I do understand that I am, for the most part, the most feeble of all of us. All right? I am very aware of my meagerness amongst people. I am very lucky, no pun intended, that I have these boys around me. Because otherwise, I know my neck would be on a noose.
Well, let's maybe keep those less than legal hobbies that you might have to engage in order to accomplish your goals to a minimum. That way I don't have to get involved.
I will do my very best to keep it in tail.
All right then. Dynamite's over there. You can see like there's like a small crate that's got like a burlap sack kind of like pulled over it, and it is well away from her house. Kind of old, but as far as I can tell, it's still good.
Take a lot of it.
All right. Someone roll me percentile dice. Whatever the first number is.
70.
70. Okay. There are 7 sticks of dynamite in this crate. You can tell, Lucky, whenever you look at them, they are sweating. So there are little tiny clear droplets kind of up and down the outside of the sticks of these dynamite.
Oh,
Jeremy,
that ain't good.
are they dripping glycerin like Boomtown
They have-
dripping glycerin?
They have
Nitroglycerin.
nitroglycerin on the outside of them. 100%.
Bro. Good old Fiasco coming back into the game one way or another. I love it. Okay, cool.
As a fun side note, in the first campaign that I ran on this channel, that was a Caldera campaign, I laid a trap for the party. They found an old member of their posse hanging on the side of the road, and when they went to go investigate, a sniper shot the body that was actually pumped full of nitroglycerin and exploded. So
TPK.
no, they survived. But they were really mad. So, yeah. Fun stuff. Okay. So now that you have your Dippin' Dots and your snow cones, what's next? Where to?
I think back to the canyon and then on the way to Windy
Windy Peak.
to the Windy City.
Definitely
In the
resting
city.
somewhere.
Yeah, y'all can head back to your hideout.
I mean, I guess while we're heading back to the hideout, I guess the question I guess it's only Lucky and I to discuss from an Arcana perspective is whether or not we think they'll just teleport back.
That's probably what the teleportation circle was for, though.
To move them over.
To move them back, so they probably can't come back without having to ride here. So that teleportation circle to the hotel was probably for them to have a back and forth.
They could still teleport themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've seen the space.
They were probably going to use the teleportation circle as a means of routing other items and stuff to
Other
there.
people, other items.
Yeah.
Can't just teleport.
I wonder if we can help the town by. So I think we should look into closing a pass on our way to Windy City behind us. That way, if they do send troopers in the standard way, they'll have a harder time getting in.
So you would know that, like, even though it's only like a 3-day ride, that like it's possible they could send people through, but they would have to basically force people to come through, because the only people that travel the mountain pass between like Thunder Ridge and Windy Peak are people that don't know better or who are absolutely insane. Yeah, like you.
Okay. Okay. So this isn't the standard way between towns.
It is normally, but this is the
But not
dead of
in winter.
winter.
Got it.
Like-
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, totally makes sense. Yeah, then I think we don't have to worry about that then. We can let's go explore a new city. Let's do a long rest. Maybe buy some potions before we leave town.
You
If
think?
they'll let us, or I think at this point we robbed it.
We've
from
already
the
left
general
town.
store.
Yeah, we've already
I'm sure that general store is opening back up for a while.
We robbed that general store on the way out. What are you talking about? We absconded with some in our hands.
I didn't hear that.
We have taken all of the healing potions.
Oh, so
Okay.
the owner comes down. They're like, "Where the hell did all my healing potions and healing kits go?" It just
Why is
And there's a
hole
tub
in
of
my
Cool
wall?
Whip missing.
The Kool-Aid man came through the wall.
Okay. Somebody roll me a D4 and somebody roll me a D8 and tell me which die it is that you rolled.
I got a 1 on a 4.
1 and a 4. Okay. Who's rolling a D8?
I can do the deal. That's 3.
3.
D8.
Okay. You get 1 tier 2 healing potion and 3 tier 1 healing potions that you managed to scrounge together
Potions of
from
healing,
the general
one greater
store.
potion of healing.
Yes, I believe that's what it's called. So it should be the 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah. 3 for 2d4 plus 2s.
All right. So distribute those amongst yourselves as you see fit. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Virgil probably needs the greater.
I'm a dead man walking at all times. Like, honestly, I'm looking at my spells
Bird is
list
cooked.
going, no, dude, for real. Like, and I think the thing too is like with some of these classes, I think I wish that Warlock kind of worked the same way that like Cleric and Druid does, where you can change your spell list as you go. Because sometimes I look at these and I go, man, they're really a lot of utility, not a lot of bang for my buck. You know, like got a lot of
Yeah,
utility spells, but not a lot of help
You got
in
that-
the fight department.
You got that Eldritch Blast. That's
Yeah. That's about all I got. I'm a one-trick pony riding out here. It's okay.
I mean, zinging 2d10 every round ain't no joke.
Yeah, I mean they're big boys. I mean, if I hit on all of them, I'm
Mhm.
hitting for like 30 plus damage if I got crits on them too, you know. So
And they get invocations and stuff that juice them up a
Yeah.
little bit and make them
And
do interesting things.
I have agonizing blast
Yeah.
and lance of lethargy on them, so like slows your enemy down and hits them. So
Mhm.
hell yeah.
Okay, so as the posse comes back to the hideout, makes plans to head to Windy Peak, for better or worse. Is there anything that you want to do or talk about as we see you kind of like camping and bedding down for the night?
I am going to attempt to identify this watch further.
Okay, so you can make another Arcana roll.
So,
Lucky ends up going to a whole new campaign by the time he and the
that is a 19.
It's a 19?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, and you were doing ritually again?
No, if it's like the last thing before a long rest, then I will do it as a second level spell.
Okay, excellent.
Last spell slot.
And that's just an action, right?
Yeah. Singular
Yeah.
action.
Okay. Okay. So it takes no time at all for you to kind of tap in. Similarly to the way that you had last time, you know, now kind of understanding a little bit more of it. The time still seems to be strange when you interact with this thing. And more time passes than would seem normal. More than just 6 seconds for sure. But you realize that this is an artifact of some kind. Again, its exact name you're not exactly sure. This has been placed into this watch, put into it, worked into its like mechanisms, and this seems to speed up time drastically. It seems like being in the immediate vicinity of it and interacting with it causes a large amount of time to pass over a very short period of time. And your guess is, in conjunction with what you found it with, that they were using this to speed up the casting time of the teleportation circle. So where you thought that they had been working on this thing for months, it's possible, judging by how much this thing seems to dilate time, they might have only been working on this thing for like a week and a half.
Interesting. Now, is wearing it technically touching it?
Yes. You get a sense, especially with the first interaction that you had with this thing, that would go very badly for you.
And it's got like a chain to wear around your neck.
It's got like a chain that you would like clip to like a vest pocket or something.
I'm gonna at some point or another clip it to the skull of yeah, you know who.
Oh, Optune Kone? You're gonna like just
Yes.
hook it to the jaw
Yes.
or something? Oh, hell yeah.
His
Okay.
eye socket or something
That works.
like that.
Just, like,
Who
shove
cares
it
if
in
he
the
gets
mouth.
older?
That's smart. That's awesome.
So good. Yeah.
And then he can hold it for now.
Okay.
He's just hanging, it's just hanging off of his teeth.
All right.
Doff my armor, snuggle into my bedroll, and count carrots.
I think Virgil might, as a last thing, I think Virgil might just be looking over the group. The fire's going. And there's this moment where you see that he's very like just thankful because he's like looking over his body and where he knows that numerous bullets went through him moments ago. He's just thankful to have this group kind of constantly saving his skin, and knowing in the back of his head that at some point the gallows tree will wrap its noose around his hands, and his hands will have to do the thing he's already said he would do. But for now, he still prolongs it because he cannot do that, knowing that these men have gone out of their way to protect him in this way. So you see him for the first time in a long time. Like I think Elias, you see it. It's like you see this man who used to take care of like the posse before, and you find that he's now taking care of Marco. He's taking care of Laz. He's taking care of Dusty, just like the old group. And for a moment, you see Elias. I think if you're awake at all, you see, I think, a vision of the old posse. There's a moment where, like, as Virgil's walking around this cave and kind of tending to his flock as it is, you watch as images of like Laz and Marco and Dusty are transposed with the images of the former fellow mates of our menagerie that are no longer with us. And there's this moment of like, no, these are our new family. These are the new people. And I think that there's this beautiful moment where you just watch him kind of come back down, sit back down, and take his hat off of his head and set it down on the side of the bench. And then you're sitting next to him. And there's this moment of the two friends just like looking at each other. I'm glad you're here, friend. I didn't think we'd get this far. But here we are. So we got to stick together for as long as this ride will take us.
right. Todd, are you equipping the new toy to your rifle?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you also attuning to it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming that nobody is reaching their attunement limit. I don't think that y'all have enough stuff that requires attunement to necessarily cause an issue yet. So, oh! Before I forget, everybody level before we head off to
Ooh.
Windy Peak.
Heck yeah. Okay.
You will now be 7th level. You don't have to take care of that
Seventh
now.
level. Heck
You can
yeah,
take care of
okay.
it before next session. But I will go ahead and put the little mark for Scope of the Scorpion on Elias's little window frame there.
I love the little cards. They're so fun. I love
Yeah,
them.
thanks.
Yeah.
Makes me really happy. I love making that kind of stuff.
They genuinely bring me joy. Like every time I see it, I'm like, yay.
Good. I thought it would be fun to kind of keep track on these kind of otherwise kind of boring frames of like who had what. Cool. So next time that we get together, we will be headed to Windy Peak. It sounds like.
Awesome.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pass things back over to my players so that they can give any kind of parting shots that they want. And then we're going to call it a night. Get out of here. We're going to start in reverse order with Other Chad.
That would be me in these parts. That was great. I thought we were done for. So that we pulled it off by Elias's sniping skills is great. Great. I was like just trying to heal, keep myself alive, and then before I could even worry about anyone else. But we all made it through with only a couple of death saves being rolled. So it's always fun when there's just a couple. Sometimes it's enough that you lose a character. Rest in peace, soul. But what a pleasure. Thank you once again, Jeremy, and everyone else. You can find some groups like this at Absolute Tabletop on various socials. Or you can go to like Star Playing and find someone like Jeremy and get a game like this. Or, could even run your own. And you could also check out Mini Terrain Domain. You can also find these other cool cats, Jeremy and Chad over there. Get Jeremy on the other side of the table. How about that? Check that out. And it was a pleasure. You can find me on the internet. I won't tell you where. And I'll pass it off. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, Chad. Thank you. Absolutely. Abtab and MTD both are incredible communities. I found and made a lot of really good friends through those places. I get to see a few of them in a couple of days, and I'm so excited. There's going to be more of them that I won't get to see, which is very sad. But I'm very, very happy that I will get to see some of my friends in person. But there's a lot going on MTD, especially. We're about to go on summer break here in a couple of weeks for the month of July. So yeah, pop over there and check them out. Lots of good games over there. And if you do in fact want to see Chad and I play, then that happens on Thursday nights. But it won't be happening this Thursday. So, yeah. Speaking of not happening this Thursday, next is Glenn.
Damn, I had plans Thursday too.
Sorry, pal.
I was going to be happening, but
dims the
DM
rules.
says no. So, damn it. Oh well. At 48, nothing's happening on a Thursday. Sleep is happening on a Thursday, I can tell you that. No, thank you all for hanging out. If you hung out this long, if not, then thank you, no one who's listening. But I assume you're here at this point, and that means you're vested in this. So definitely hit up Jeremy if you haven't already and you're not already in one of his games. And if you are in one of his games, well then pester him until we're all in the game together. And we can have fun with it that way. If you stumbled across the very end of this episode and have no idea what I'm talking about, that's really weird because this is like episode 13 of a series. And you really should just find him on either Absolute Tabletop or on startplaying.com and have him run games for you. It's fun to make him do things and create silly worlds for you that you can then drive him crazy by not doing what he expected.
Have me make worlds for you and then blow them up with dynamite. That's genuinely, that's my job. That's what I get to do. No, I love it, man. I think having the chance to utter the phrase "I blow it up with dynamite" is something that, well, you can't do in real life, so why not? Well, there are some people who can. You shouldn't.
Anyone can once.
That's true.
If you can get soap, you can have dynamite.
So yeah, I love Caldera, and any chance to get to romp around in it is a fun time, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm really happy that y'all chose this as the setting that you wanted to kind of play around in for a while, and I'm glad that it's still something that you find challenging. That's always a difficult thing as a GM, to make encounters that are fun to play through, but that are also at least somewhat convincingly difficult, where there is a question mark about, are we going to survive this? And the truth is that I try to create situations where I don't even know that that's the answer. I don't know the answer to that question. So that way it's exciting for me too, because when you pull, it out of the fire the way that y'all managed to with this, it's exciting for me as well. So thank y'all for being exciting. There you go.
Oh.
Speaking of exciting, next up is Todd.
Great game tonight. Had a lot of fun. Got really lucky on some of those dice rolls.
Yeah, you did. That's insane.
Otherwise, I think we would have been rolling out with at least one of us dead.
It was a very real possibility. He didn't have a ton of hit points, but nobody was outright attacking him until you started shooting at him.
Yep.
And yeah, literally the linchpin of that encounter was they're going to keep shooting until he is dead or decides that, y'all are no longer a threat. So yeah, you out sniping him was what is that, enemy at the gates? It was perfect.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of perfect, you're welcome. Next up, Nathan.
Yeah, that's me. That's what they call me, perfect. You can find me at Dimension119 on all the socials. I said it at the beginning of the game. This is a place I love to be. This is a table I love to be at. This was definitely very high up there on my lists of happy places. So I try to be here as often as possible. Even when I'm going into the session, pretty sure that this is going to be the end of a campaign, or at the very least the end of certain character arcs, and we may have to rework things. I told my brother, for example, before the game started that I had a game tonight. He asked me what we were playing, and I told him honestly that I thought this might be our last session of this campaign, because we were in a shootout in a hotel, and I truly didn't know if there was a way out for us. That, not that Jeremy intended to kill us and didn't build us a way out, but we put ourselves in this position. We knew we were going into hostile territory when we came in this hotel, and we decided to sit down at a table in very obvious place and have conversations for an hour, So we put ourselves here. Luckily, Jeremy works with us, and we were able to find a way out, and Todd was able to take down the big bad, and we were able to get out of there. So we live to die another day.
Indeed. Yeah, I had no idea if there was going to be another exit from that cellar at all, but you rolled well enough on your perception that I was like, yeah, it makes sense that there would be. So what does that mean? And then you're in the cellar of the general store and free health potions. So that's what that means. Yeah. Always a joy, Nathan, to have you on the channel, man. Thanks for being awesome.
I just had a thought. I have Dusty has bandoliers of knives across his chest, and I'm just throwing my tomahawk. I take those bandoliers off and give them to Virgil. We'll just strap health potions to his chest.
Hell yeah. That's the only way I'm going to live through this whole thing. Bandolier health potions. I like that idea.
Perfect.
That should be a magical item, not going to lie. Bandolier of health. That sounds like a magical item.
It definitely sounds like a magic item that would exist in the Caldera. All right.
Useful items.
Speaking of magical items that would exist in the Caldera, last but certainly not least, Chadamus Prime.
I am a magical item that exists in the Caldera. Anywho, yeah, guys, I love this game. It is one of my favorites. I'm so glad we got a chance to play in Caldera, and Jeremy, it's always a blast to have you as my GM. So, yeah, I definitely came into this game thinking I was gonna die, and then I did, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't, and so it's like I am getting to the point where I am getting absolute recoil from these deaths and saves and deaths and saves. Man, I don't know what I'm going to be at the end of any game. So tune in next time to find out if Virgil survives just a long rest at this point. Okay. He might die in his sleep. You never know. All I know is this, at some point, the Gallow Tree comes for all of us. And if you want to find out what that means, tune in to this channel to keep following and watching what we do. I can't wait till we get to Windy Peak and ultimately blow that one up too, because let's be honest, we don't go anywhere without it being an absolute boom town. If you want to find me, you can always find me on Thursdays over at MTD. You can find me here as often as Jeremy will let me in the door to play around and have fun. Yeah, I have a blast, guys. Thank you so much for having me, and I cannot wait until we ride again.
Fuck yeah. Going back to what Nathan was saying, I had a similar conversation with my coworker today. I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm running a game tonight, and it very well might be a TPK. Like, it was definitely a possibility. But to me, again, when we get to the brink of that being a very real possibility and y'all still manage to succeed, that's to me, that's thrilling. That's how you make one of these rides really fun. So I'm really glad that it turned out that way. I'm happy that nobody died. But I am very glad that I had some of y'all worried. That makes me happy. All right. So thank all of you very much for being amazing players and for being just great people to spend time with. That's always a pleasure. I can't say that in my day job. Most of my coworkers are really great, but I also have to deal with customers, and that's not always the best. But y'all are the best. Speaking of the best, thank you very much for anybody out there who may have watched along with this, whether you tuned in live while we played or you are watching at some point in the future. I really, really do appreciate that people come here for whatever reason that you come here. Entertainment, to poke your finger at the screen and laugh at us, or maybe you learn something, which is really cool. Yeah, it means a lot to me, so thank you. And if you did enjoy what you saw, then please do all the stuff that YouTube does so that you can interact with it and feed the algorithm. Hit the like button, subscribe, the bell if that's still a thing, hype, whatever the fuck that is. Leave comments, share the link around. Run Caldera and then tell me about it. It'd be great.
Like, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Yeah, exactly. That thing. The call to action, or whatever the fuck they call it. Doodle-a-doo. Work the magic. Yeah, go to Start Playing. If you want to try to hire me to run a one-shot or a game, if you got an idea, reach out. Let's do something. Roll some dice. All right. What else? Remember, kindness is a free action. It costs you absolutely nothing to be kind. And it could make all of the difference in somebody's day or week or month. Like, you don't have any idea the kind of shit that people are going through on a day-to-day basis. But if you lead every interaction that you have with kindness and compassion, it changes the fucking world. It really, really does. You don't have to always be kind to someone, but start that way. It doesn't cost you anything. Easy transaction. So, yeah. Be nice. Fuck ice. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So, until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.